What is up, YouTube? Today we are back with another review video. A couple months ago, Urth was kind enough to send me the 24-liter Norite modular camera backpack that they have recently released. And for the last few months, I've been putting this thing to the ultimate test. Today we're going to break it down and see if this is the right camera bag for you. So sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. So the first thing I want to mention just real quick is that Urth actually recently went through a name change. They were once called Gobi, but they changed their name to Urth because they believe it is a better representation of who they are and what they stand for. So while we're on the topic of the Urth, I want to speak quickly about the environmental impacts of this backpack, because it's actually pretty cool. With the purchase of every backpack, Urth automatically plants 5 trees right off the bat. And then when they send you the bag, there's a little code on here, and you can go to Urth's website and you can enter the code and you can plant 5 more trees for a total of 10 trees. Also on the website, if you make your own account, you can track the progress of your trees. So far, as of the recording of this video, Urth has helped plant nearly 4.5 million trees, which is pretty insane if you think about it. Okay, so the next thing it says on the tag here is that this bag is actually made from 70% recycled materials, which is really cool because the camera bag is still really high quality. So they're keeping Urth's resources out of landfills and they're putting them back into new materials that still perform at a really high quality. The last thing I'm going to mention about the environmental impact about this camera bag, it's a carbon positive product. The carbon emissions that were produced with the creation of this camera bag were offset by Urth plus more. Now I want to quickly go over the construction of this camera bag. So first of all, the quality of the build is really high. All the metal buckles on here are well designed, and all the zippers are YKK zippers, which are actually the most renowned zippers in the world, and especially in the fashion world. Now the other thing I really like about this bag is the fabric is supposed to be weather repellent, water resistant, but what that means is that the fabric's really sleek, so if you get like dirt on it or like hairs, they literally just wipe right off, nothing really sticks to it. Had this bag again for a few months and it honestly still looks brand new. So these straps on the side are the tripod carry straps. You can simply take them off by unhooking them and pulling them through this loop at the bottom. But if you want to carry a tripod with you, you basically unhook this, you loop this around your tripod, and then you use the strap from the other side up here. The main point is that you can rock the bag with them when you need a tripod, and you can take them off and it'll look like kind of this side whenever you don't need them, which is a nice touch to just kind of customize your bag. Another thing I love about the build quality of this bag is right now the bag is actually empty, and I love how it maintains its structure. There's still a nice lumbar support on the back. The back pad is nice and rigid, so if you only have a few things in here, it's still really comfortable to carry around. I just love how it maintains its rigid form, and it just looks better too. So it is a 24-liter size backpack, which basically means it's an average size backpack. A little bit on the bigger side, but I love it. For the size of this bag and an everyday bag, it's actually crazy how much stuff you can fit in here. So when you open up the main compartment here, I'll just take out the cubicle for a second. I have the modular backpack, which comes in at $300. You can just buy the backpack on its own for $200 Canadian, and you can just get the Norite camera sectional, which it comes in at $115. My personal opinion on the price point, it is very reasonable if you compare it to other camera bags because they're so damn expensive these days. But personally, I think it's most worth it to just get them together because the camera bag itself performs the best with the insert. The amount you can customize this bag with these two together really makes it worth it. So yeah, when you open this bag up, love the design on the inside. You have a huge laptop pocket for 15-inch laptops. It's really nice to put in your laptop and then like books or like journals and whatever else you need. There's more pockets down here, which is nice just for keeping your valuables out of the way. And then you have another sleeve up top here, which is super sweet. And that's kind of the gist. There are other zippers hidden away. There's one in the lumbar support. I saw that being used for a passport, which is actually really smart because nobody's gonna steal your passport from you while it's on your back. Of course, you have a top little zipper pocket up here. You know, throw your sunglasses in there or whatever. Before we get into how they work together, I'll just quickly go over this guy here. So when you open up this guy, it's kind of what you'd expect it to be, I guess. It comes looking like this on both sides, but I just took it out because I've been putting my Black Magic in here, which is a little bit bigger of a body. You know, how much you can customize it is great. Now, another thing I like is these flaps here have sleeves in them. So I've been throwing my ND filters in there, but you know, you could probably keep some hard drives in there. Whatever you need as a creator, everybody's got their own gear, their own workflow. Here's kind of where the collaboration between the Norite insert and the backpack work really well together. The kind of infamous feature of this bag is that when you close it up, you can rock it as a backpack, and whenever you're ready to go, you swing it around your side, open up the side zip, and boom, grab your lenses, your body, you know, whatever you need. It's pretty sick because it works on both sides. Also, one other sleek pocket I forgot to mention is right in here. You have another zipper pocket, so it's actually huge. I didn't know how big it was. But again, you can keep more camera gear in there, your ND filters, or whatever else you may need. I've kind of used this in a bunch of different variations. I've put drones in here. I've put, you know, lenses. It does fit quite a bit of stuff, but ultimately it's up to you and what you want to put in here. Honestly, the overall design of this bag, I just love. I love how thoughtful they were with the pocket placements. The last thing I'm going to say about the design of this bag is I love the versatility. I love how it doesn't scream at you, you know, I'm a camera bag, but it has great features and great functionality. It's awesome that I can use it as my everyday school bag or anything on the daily, but I can also use it to bring to shoots and for content creation and stuff like that. Alright, so this is kind of a little fun test we're going to do. Urth says that this is made with weather-resistant material. I assume what that means is that, you know, if you get caught in the rain, your gear is going to be, for the most part, protected. So I'm going to stuff the bag with paper towels. We're going to go hose it down and see what the results are like. Again, this bag isn't like, oh, let's go throw my camera bag in the lake kind of thing. But if you get caught in the rain, your camera gear should stay safe or protected from weather. All right, guys, it's time to put this camera bag to the ultimate test. So bag is pretty wet, but we'll take a look at the results here. I have one on the laptop pocket, completely dry. I didn't think this back pad was water resistant, but it seems to be doing the trick too. Then I got one in the very front here facing this front side, and this one completely dry too. Honestly, that's pretty surprising. In the top pocket, this one, ooh, little damp, but to be fair, like we gave it a lot of water, and these zippers are where the water is going to get in, right? Nothing seemed to really leak through the fabric, I think just through the top. Ooh, looks like this bad boy got some water on it. There is a little bit of water in the bag, but honestly, it must have just gone in at the seams. Like I said, right, like this whole front pocket was dry, this laptop pocket was dry. I think it must have just gone in at the sides, but honestly, that was a pretty crazy test. Like, I put it through the ringer for sure. And yeah, I mean, I would say it held up. Like the fabric is definitely water repellent. It's just the zippers kind of leak some water. Not much else to say, but I'd say it's definitely weather resistant, but not submergible. Like if, you know, eventually she gonna get wet. So.
Cool.
So when it comes to things that I didn't like about the camera bag, there's only really two things that came to mind, but they're pretty small. One thing that I was unsure about the bag is that I really like camera bags that have a full zip so that the whole back panel opens up. That way you can look at everything on the inside. But as I started using this bag more and more, I realized that the side zips were more than enough for me. Also, with the structure of the camera insert, it wouldn't really make sense for this bag to open from the back. So yeah, as I started to use the bag more and more, it wasn't really an issue for me. There was one other thing that I had a small problem with, but Urth told me the solution, and that was I had an issue with the camera strap loosening. I sent them an email about this, and they told me this was only with some of the early on production of the camera bags. They're not produced like this anymore, but if you do get a bag that loosens, there's an elastic strap right here, and you just have to make sure that the elastic strap is pushed all the way to the top, and then your camera strap won't loosen. Alright guys, we are here for my final thoughts on the camera bag. I personally think this camera bag is super sick, and I would definitely recommend it to content creators, photographers, and most videographers out there. The only reason I would say maybe it wouldn't be the bag for you is if you're like a part of a huge film crew and you really need to lug around a lot of gear, or if you need a bigger bag for carrying some clothes and stuff like that while you travel for work. Other than that, for a daily camera bag, this thing is so rad, and I would definitely recommend it. I love the sleek design about it, and yeah, overall, I think for the price, it's probably one of the best on the market. So if you are looking for a camera bag, make sure you check out the link in my description. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm stoked to be getting this YouTube channel back up and going. This is only the beginning, and we are gonna build a sick community on here. So thanks so much for tuning in, and as always, I will see you in the next one.